Grab your props, 2 blocks. I always recommend 2 blocks, a blanket and a strap. And if you don't have those at home, you can improvise. Maybe books for blocks, pillow, maybe some towels for a blanket, and a belt for a strap. Whatever you prefer. So let's go ahead and lay on down. And we'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall open. And take the arms alongside the body, let the palms spin up to the sky. And if you want a blanket, maybe place a blanket under the heads. And just start to settle in, close the eyes. And just bring your awareness and focus to your breath right now. Notice it move in and out of the body. Don't try to change anything just yet. Just notice. Become aware of the breath. Notice if it's a little shallow today, maybe a little bit more expansive than normal. Just not manipulating anything yet. Become an observer. Relax the hips. Soften the facial muscles. And start to deepen the breath. Inhale through the nose. Pull the breath to the top. Exhale gently through the nose, all the air out, just guiding the breath out. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale through the nose, empty the breath. Again, inhale, fill the lower belly, side ribs, top of the chest. Exhale, allow the chest to fall and the lower belly falls. And keep this rhythm going. We'll work with a little bit of breath retention. So take one more breath. Empty it out and hold the breath at the bottom. Inhale through the nose, pull the breath to the top of the chest and hold it here. Exhale through the nose, empty it out. Hold it at the bottom. Again, inhale, fill up. Hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. Just gently guide the breath out. Watch the breath. Hold it at the bottom. 2, 1. Last time. Inhale. Pull the breath to the top. Hold it. Take an extra sip of air. Keep holding the breath. Out the mouth this time. Let it go. And go back to normal breathing. Nice deep breath in. Smooth exhale out. Beautiful. Now start to find that ujjayi breath. Little constriction at the back of the throat. The breath becomes audible. Audible on the inhale and the exhale. So it's so nice to begin practice with a little bit of pranayama. Breath work just helps us ground down before we start moving our bodies. So once you have that ujjayi in place, softly blink the eyes open. Nice soft gaze toward the ceiling. Grab underneath the knees and help the knees up to center. Good, and hug both knees into the chest. Apanasana, and just roll out the lower back. Little circles on the ceiling with the kneecaps. Go in one direction. And go in the other way. Good, come on back to center. Bring both feet flat on the mat. Right ankle, cross it over the left knee. Bring the hands into the hip creases. So we want to pull the hip creases down and then lift the knees into the chest for thread the needle. We'll go ahead and thread the right arm through, grab behind the left thigh. And to protect the knee, flex the right toes. Left toes can hang loosely. And if this threading the needle through with the arms isn't working for you, if you can't quite grab a hold of the left thigh, you can grab a strap here as well, or even a towel, and use that as a little leverage. Relax the shoulders. Good. Go ahead and straighten the left leg to the sky and pull the left leg in towards the body as you draw the right knee towards the wall in front of you. Good. Exhale, release the left leg down, arms out to the side, and then we'll take a twist, keeping the legs in a figure 4. So just drop the legs over to the left. Maybe gaze up toward the ceiling if you want to take it a little deeper. Lift up the head and take the head towards the right hand. And I like to take my left hand, press the right knee open. Not quite the knee, but more along the thigh. Good, and release. Come on back to center and take both feet flat on the mat again. And just notice the difference. One side feels a little different. We'll do the other side. Left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Before you begin, hands to hips, nudge the hip creases down so we keep the hips level as we do this. And then lift the knees into the chest. Go ahead, thread your left arm through, or your towel or strap. Grab your the back of the right thigh. And flex the left toes. And go ahead and breathe. Take 5 deep breaths here. And just notice one side may be a little different. That's okay. One side's usually different. So if you're practicing at home, which we all are during this time, feel free to stay on your tighter side, or maybe go back to the other side if that was the more tighter side. You can just hang out a little bit longer. That's the beauty of home practices. You can stop and pause this video also. When you're ready, right leg lifted up to the sky. Go ahead and point and flex the toes, maybe circle the ankle. Release the right foot down, arms out to the side like a T. Drop the legs over to the right. And go ahead and take the right hand, press the left thigh open. And if you want to take it a little deeper, gaze over the left fingertips. Good. Inhale, come on back to center and release the legs down to the mat. Nice. Both knees into the chest. We'll take a happy baby. So grab the outer edges of the feet, or perhaps you grab behind the knees. If you find the tailbone lifting up really high, maybe the neck crunching up toward the heels, go ahead and take the head down and bring the hands to the backs of the thighs so you can drop the tailbone down. And really weigh the hips, weigh the outer edges of the feet down. We'll take a half happy baby. So keep the right leg in towards the chest. We'll drop the left leg down, come to the outer edge of the left foot. Left hand can rest on the inside of the left thigh. And we'll breathe here. So we want to keep the sacrum level. Sometimes tempting to drop the right hip towards the right. See if you can level out the sacrum. So both little bony sit bones, you feel them on the mat. One more deep breath in here. Nice long exhale. And come on back to center, happy baby. Do the other side, keep the left leg in, right blade of the foot comes down, right hand to inner thigh, and then way down the left foot. And if you're grabbing the backs of the knees, just draw the back of the thigh down. And breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Long exhale. Good, come on back to center, normal happy baby, just to even everything out. Then bring the knees together, grab behind the backs of the knees, rock head to tail. Just rolling out the spine a little bit. And then once you get enough momentum, Come up to a tabletop position. You can roll over the tops of the knees or swing the hips around. Make your way up to all fours. And if you have tender knees, sometimes it's nice to take a blanket and go ahead and pad up the knees. And do a few rounds of cat-cow on your own. Go with your own breath. Inhale, cow stretch, reach the chest, arch the back. Exhale, pull it in around the spine, shin to chest. Inhale, tailbone lifts, chest pulls through the upper arms. Exhale, tailbone round, spread the shoulder blades, press the floor away. 2 more times. Inhale, pull the hands, pull the arms through. Exhale, round the back. Then go ahead and find a neutral spine. Hug the navel in just a little bit. The lower belly's hugging in and up. We'll walk the hands about 3 inches in front of you. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Down dog. First one of the morning for most of us. So what do you need today? Maybe you need some movement. So if that's the case, go ahead and pedal out through the legs. If you need a little bit more stillness, maybe just find your stillness and get that really anchored down and set in place. And we'll take 5 breaths here in down dog. So a lot of weight shifted in the inner palm. That really protects the wrists. And then the outer arms, hug them in towards the ears. Press the floor away as the hips move up and back. And feet are about hip distance here. Relax the neck. One more breath. Exhale, lower the knees down, separate the knees, child's pose. Sink the hips down, forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, come up on all fours. And we'll shift the shoulders over the wrists, lower all the way down to the belly, keeping the elbows hugging in. Good. Slide the hands back just a little bit. All 10 toes, press down. Bhujangasana, low cobra, lift just the chest. And go ahead and hover the hands alongside the body, about 1 inch or 2 off the mat. Keep hugging the upper arm bones together, lifting the shoulder heads. And exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, peel the chest forward and up. And go ahead, hover the hands. Elbows drawing in, neck is long. And exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps, press to plank or all fours. Inhale, and we'll hold plank here. Feel free to use the knees if you'd like. So we'll get strong in the hands, strong in the core. Gaze a little bit towards the front corner of the mat. Good. Heels press back. Breastbone pulls forward. Nice. Downward dog, hips up and back. Whew. We'll take the pressure off the wrist, walk the hands back to the feet. Nice, generous bend in the knees. Feet are hips distance, hang out here, relax the neck, shake it out. Go ahead and grab the elbows. Rock a little side to side. Go ahead, switch the clasp to the arms, other forearm on top. And then go ahead, release the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins, ankles, or in line with the toes. Or you can bring in your blocks here as well. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold on down. You can bend the knees as much as you like. Inhale, Ardha, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold on down. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Hands to hips, elbows pull in, rise up, long spine all the way to the top. Nice, and go ahead, step all the way to the front of the mat. If you have a blanket in the way, go ahead and move it out of the way. All the way to the front of the mat, stay hips distance if your lower back is talking to you today, so keep the feet hips distance. Traditionally, big toes to touch, a little bit of space between the heels. We'll find our mountain pose, Tadasana. So spin the palms to face the front of the room. Root all 4 corners of the feet down. So lift up all 10 toes, spread them, and set them on down. So we have the Little toe mound, big toe mound, inner heel and outer heel pressing. Go ahead, feel the kneecaps lift. Tops of the thighs pressing back. Lower belly drawing back a little bit. Good, chest is lifting. Shoulders back. This is the blueprint pose for all standing poses. Go ahead and close the eyes. And just see if you can get present here. Just feel your body circulating with all that energy, the prana that we all carry. If you'd like to set an intention for this morning, for your practice, go ahead. We have a new moon tonight. So new moons that bring about new beginnings. So what are you trying to cultivate that's new and fresh and exciting possibly? Once you have that in place, nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Softly blink the eyes open. We'll sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Lift the side ribs, maybe the palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, let the neck go. Inhale, halfway lift for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step the right foot way back. Feel free to bring in some blocks here or come up onto your fingertips. So pull the chest forward, right thigh bones pressing up. We'll go into a twist, right palm down, left arm to sky. Good, and lower that hand down. Lower the back knee down, Anjane, lift the arms, low lunge. We want the ankle to be right under the knee. So if the knee's overshooting it, walk the front foot up just a little more. We're getting to the hip flexor. Grab the left wrist, inhale, go up, exhale over to the right. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Heel toe the left foot over to the left. Bring both hands to the inside. Untuck the back toes, dropping into a lizard pose. So sink on down. Feel free to bring in some blocks. Maybe stay on your hands, maybe forearms to blocks. Tempting for the back to round here. So if you drop down to the floor and the back starts to round, see if you can pull the chest forward, just to prevent the back from rounding. And allow the foot, that left foot, to go in the direction of the knee. That's healthy for the knee, so we don't want to twerk anything. One more breath. Good, come up onto hands and knees again. Heel toe the foot back to center. And step back, hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward dog. Hips up and back. Love it. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Right leg to the sky, lift it on up. Toes point down. Exhale, knee to chest, step forward. Pausing here in a runner's lunge. Feel free to bring in some blocks or on your fingertips. Pull the chest forward. Left thigh bone, press it up. Twist it out. Left palm down, right arm to sky. Exhale, right palm down, back knee down, Anjane, low lunge, lift the arms. Good, grab the left wrist, inhale, go up, exhale, over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Both hands come to the mat. Heel toe the right foot, over to the right, both hands on the inside, untuck the toes, lizard pose, drop the hips. Bring in your blocks if you need. This side's a little different in my body, so I'm going to stay on this block right here. If you're open in the hips, you can drop down to the floor. And allow the toes to point in the direction of the knee. Pull the chest forward to prevent rounding in the back. And breathe. Good, slowly come on out, remove your block out of the way, heel toe the foot back to center, charge up the back leg and step forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift the chest. Exhale, fold on down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come on up, long spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, root into the feet, arms rise. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold on down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot, step it back this time. We'll come into a crescent pose, but hover the hands alongside the hips. And you're on the ball of the back toes. Shoulder heads are lifting, upper arms are squeezing towards each other. Good. Feel free to lower the back knee if you need a little less today. Inhale, arms alongside the hips. Stay hovering. Good. Root the right heel and then come on up, crescent pose. And we'll breathe here. So we want the right hip to draw back hips pulling forward, climbing up the side ribs. If you want to seal the palms, reach a little more through the pinky fingers, look up, perhaps seal the palms. Good. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, stepping back, plank pose. Good. Shift the shoulders over the wrists, lower all the way down to the belly. In 3, 2, elbows in. 1, you're on your belly. Untuck the toes, low cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. If you want to take it to an up dog, maybe straighten the arms, lift the thighs. Exhale, using your core, hips up and back, down dog. Or you can lower the knees. Left leg to the sky. When you're ready, lift it up, toes down. Exhale, knee to chest, step forward. Stay on the ball of the back toes. Inhale, hover the hands alongside the hips. So we want the belly to come up off that left thigh. Shoulder heads are lifting. Shoulder blades, squeeze them together. Good. Inhale, arms alongside the ears. Root into the left heel to bring you all the way up, crescent pose. And I didn't say this on the other side, but you can bend this back knee as much as you need to. Lift the side ribs, lift the pinky fingers, maybe look up, seal the palms. One more breath. Exhale, hands come down, stepping forward. Inhale, Ardha, lift the chest. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, rise up, long spine. We'll stay with our hands up, right hand alongside the hip, left arm, lean it over. For a side stretch. Inhale, come on back. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, fold on down. Uttanasana, let the neck go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, plank pose. Shoot the shoulders over the wrists, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes, inhale, low cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, 5 cycles of breath here. Steady it out. Take a child's pose if you need it. Today's class, or these morning classes, are a little bit more challenging than the gentle classes that we have going. So go at your own pace. Feel free to take a child's pose whenever you need it. Good, come up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose, drop the hips, lift the arms. So we want to shift the weight back into the heels. So shin bone shifting back, lower belly hugging in, breastbone lifting. If you can keep your arms straight, the nape of your neck soft, maybe seal the palms. Arms like arrows here. Inhale, root into the feet, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, take a giant step to the side of the room. So we'll bring the feet parallel. Good way to indicate is if the wrists are right under the ankles. And if you have props at home, I recommend taking your blocks and take them behind your ankles. They can either be on the medium height or the highest height. I'd start at the highest just to begin. Hands to hips. We'll revolve the entire right leg out to the side. So we want that rotation to come from the hip. Angle the back toes in, bend the front knee, warrior two. Square the chest to the side of the room, arms out to the side, gazing over the right fingers. Warrior two. So in this pose, we want the right hip to wrap under, back thighs firming back. Lift the chest, relax the shoulders. Turn the palm, reverse the warrior, nice and slow. Inhale, come on back, warrior two. And then straighten out the front leg. We'll shift the weight into the mound of the big toe. We'll go into triangle pose. Reach forward, take the right hand to the block, left arm to sky. Triangle pose. Shift the weight into the mound of the big toe. So big toe mound is drawing down, right hip is still wrapping under. See if you can square the rib cage. So bottom ribs are spinning under the top ribs. And arm to sky. If this arm to sky is really bothering your neck, you can just take the hand to the hip and just work the rotation. If it's okay in your neck, go ahead and look up. If not, look to the side or even down. Good, inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands to hips, we'll parallel the feet. Good, other side. Left toes, revolve them all the way out. So from deep within that hip socket, angle the back toes in. Go ahead and bend the knee. Square the chest. Arms out to the side, warrior two. Virabhadrasana two. So stay low in the front knee. So it's right above the ankle. Steady gaze over the left fingertips. Relax the shoulders. Nice. And breathe. You're holding your breath. Come out a little bit. But we do want to build strength in the quadriceps right now. To really drive the left heel down. Really anchor that. Stay low in the front knee. Bend an inch deeper. Reverse the warrior. Top hand up, back hand down the back thigh. Inhale, come on up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg. You might want to shorten your stance here. Reach as far forward as you can. Take your left hand to the block. Use the right hand to spin the rib cage, maybe on the hip, maybe arm to sky. Trikonasana. So a lot of weight, press it down on the big toe mound. Left hip, wrap it under. So the kneecap is going to point forward. We want to see if we can create a little bit more length in the side rib cage. So that's the beauty of these props. It just elevates us a little bit more. And if you don't have props, sometimes it's nice to just stay on your shin. That's okay. So anything to stop crunching. Just lengthen the left side waist, right rib cage spinning back. And if it's all right in your neck, go ahead and look up. If not, look to the side. I always tend to look to the side or even down in this pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands to hips, parallel the feet. Good. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold on down. Hands can come underneath the shoulders. If you have tight hamstrings, bring in some blocks here. Not a problem. Inhale, we'll pull the chest forward. Exhale, walk the hands or your blocks back so they're in line with the feet. You may need to adjust the level of the blocks, or you may find you don't even need blocks. We just want the elbows to have a 90-degree angle in them. Let the crown of the head hang down. Shift a little more weight into the balls of the feet so we get the hips to stack right above the ankles. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Good. One more breath. Exhale it out. Walk the hands back so they're underneath the shoulders. And then all the way to the front of the mat. We'll step back to a plank pose. You feel free to move through a vinyasa if you'd like, or go ahead and skip it. Lower all the way down to your belly, elbows in. Inhale through cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog, hips up and back. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Good, we'll just piece all that standing work together. Right leg to the sky, lift it up, turn the toes, drop the heel to the bum, bend the knee. And exhale, knee to chest, step forward. Back heel down, come on up, warrior two. So now that you know the foundation, see if you can get that blueprint in your body. Slowly reverse. Top hand up, back hand down the back thigh. Inhale, warrior two again. Straighten out the leg, triangle pose, reach forward, take your block. Hand to the block, left arm to sky. Good, and then bend the front knee, windmill the hands back down, stepping back, plank pose. Shoot the shoulders over the wrist if you'd like to take your vinyasa. Go ahead, slowly and mindfully. If not, we'll meet everyone in down dog. When you get to down dog, left leg to the sky, lift it up. Turn the toes to the left, bend the knee, heel to bum, open the hip. Exhale, knee to chest, step forward. Spin the back heel down, come on up, warrior two. Stay low in the front knee, slowly reverse. Come on back, warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, triangle pose, reach forward, grab your block, hand to block, right arm to sky. Good, bend the knee, slowly windmill the hands down, stepping back plank, lower the knees, big toes to touch, take a child's pose. Drop the hips, drop the head. Take a little bit of moment, just a little moment to regroup, balance everything out again. Good, slowly come up onto hands and knees. And then swing the hips around. Take the legs straight out in front of you. Do a few reverse tabletops. The knees come about hips distance, feet are parallel. Take the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. And then we'll press into the feet, lift the hips high. Reverse tabletop. Keep the neck open and gazing toward the ceiling. So it's like you have a little apricot, not an apricot, a grapefruit. Apricot would be too small. Grapefruit right in between your throats. One more breath. And exhale, lower the hips down. One more time. Inhale, root into the feet, lift the hips. And exhale, lower them on down. Nice. And then cross the ankles. Bring the hands in front of you. And if you want to shoot the feet back into a plank pose, just to play around, feel free. Or make your way into a plank pose. Downward dog. We'll skip this vinyasa. Downward dog. Lift the right leg to the sky and exhale. Take your pigeon pose. So bring the leg across the body, untuck the toes. If you find that your right hip is hiking up a lot, like mine, I have really tight hips. Many of us do. Go ahead and take a blanket, wedge the blanket underneath the hip. So we want to keep the hip level, or the sacrum level rather. And then bring the hands next to the hips, lift the chest. Draw the right hip back some so we level out the sacrum, and then any amount start to fold on down. And if this isn't working in your body today, go ahead and just lay on your back and thread the needle. That'll be a good option also. So the way we started. Feel free to bring in blocks if you need, maybe a block under the forehead. Maybe you want to stack forearms. And just breathe. See if you can send the breath to the right outer hip. So there's a breathing technique that I love to do in hip openers. It's called the Apana Vayu. The Vayus are basically just ways we can guide the breath in the body. So the Apana Vayu is drawing the breath down. So we'll draw the breath down through the crown of the head, bring it right to the navel center. And as you exhale, press the breath down into the right hip. So we'll give it a try. Empty the breath out. And then go ahead, inhale through the crown of the head. Just imagine this. Bring the breath down right to the navel and exhale out through the hips. Draw the breath down, down, down. Again, inhale through the crown of the head. Pull the breath down. Exhale out the hips. Stay with this breathing technique. Inhale through the crown. Pull the breath to the navel. Exhale out the hips. Good. Two more breaths. Last one. Good. Slowly come on out. If you have something underneath the hip, remove it out of the way. Rock to the right hip, and then we'll swing the left leg around over the right knee. And if you notice the left hip is hiking up and both sit bones aren't on the mat, go ahead and straighten the right leg out. But if you can keep both sit bones on the mat, go ahead. And then we'll take the left arm behind the back, right arm up to the sky, start to twist, and then if you can hook your elbow, go ahead and hook the elbow to the outside of the left knee, or possibly grab the knee and pull it into the body. So inhale, root the sit bones, grow tall. Exhale, twist. We want the twist to come from the upper back. And then the head will be the last to go. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Love it. Slowly unwind. And then we'll take cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So crossing at the legs, see if you can get the knees to stack. And if you need to elevate the sit bones some, go ahead, lift the sit bones. And again, if you need to straighten the right leg, maybe just work here. And let's go ahead and do the full pose. So arms out to the side, bring the left arm up, right thumb spins down, left arm up, and take the right hand behind the back, bend the left elbow, and see if you can catch your fingertips. And if you can't quite catch your fingertips, you can go ahead and grab a strap, place the strap over the right shoulder, and then do the same thing, left arm up, and then take the hand behind the back and grab your strap, or maybe a belt, or maybe a towel. Even your shirt would work. Just grab something. So I want the right shoulder to roll back, left arm to come in towards the ear. So feel free to stay here. If you want to start to hinge forward, maybe hinge forward a little bit or a lot. And if you want to completely let go of the arms and just focus on the hips, feel free to do that. Just release the arms and maybe take your hands to blocks, or even you can grab your feet here. Good. Inhale, slowly lift up, and then release the hands. Press the heels of the hands out to the side, and then lower them on down. You can remove the strap out of the way, uncross the legs, and then take the feet out in front, or if you want to go to a downward dog, hips up and back, downward dog, and we'll do the other side. Hips up and back. Good, left leg to the sky. Go ahead and lift it on up. Exhale, knee to chest. And then find your pigeon pose. Take the left shin to the mat, untuck the back toes, grab your blanket if you need, if that left hip's hiking up. Place it under the left hip. Go ahead, come up onto your fingertips. Draw the left hip back so we level off the sacrum. Keep a nice long spine and then start to fold on down. Any amount, feel free to bring in some blocks here, maybe stack forearms. And again, with that breathing technique, if it was resonating with you, go close the eyes and we'll just envision this. Inhale through the crown of the head, draw the breath to the navel, and exhale, press the breath out into the left hip. Again, inhale through the crown, draw the breath down, exhale out through the hips. Inhale. Nice long exhale. Good, one more breath. And slowly come on up, make your way out. Remove the blanket or pillow out from under the left hip. We'll rock over to the left hip, swing the right leg around, cross it over the left knee. And if you want to straighten out the left foot, you can. Both sit bones are on the mat, stay here. Right hand behind the back, left arm to sky. We'll start to twist and maybe hook the elbow to the outside of the right knee, or you can grab the knee and pull it into the chest. So we'll root the sit bones down, lift the chest, inhale, and exhale, use the left elbow or hand to help press the chest a little bit more open to the right. And the head will be the last to go. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, twist. And slowly unwind. Go into Gomukhasana, so keep the right knee over the left. And again, if you need to straighten out the left foot, go ahead. Grab your strap if you are using it. So take the strap over the left shoulder. If you can stack the knees best you can, arms out to the side. Right arm up alongside the ear, left thumb spins down. Take the left hand behind the back, climb it up as much as you can, and then spin the right tricep towards the ear as you bend the elbow. And go ahead, grab your fingertips, possibly strap, a towel, your shirt. Just roll the left shoulder back, right arm is wrapping in towards the ear. Good. And if you want to stay here, maybe that's plenty. If you'd like to hinge forward a little bit or a lot, just come to your edge and breathe. And again, if you just want to work the hips, you can let the shoulders go. Slowly come on out. If you have your strap, take the arms out to the side, heels of the hands press out, and then slowly release and remove the strap out of the way. We'll take both feet straight out in front of us. And if you want to sit up on a blanket, feel free, grab a blanket, elevate the sit bones. A good way to indicate that is if there's any rounding going on in the lower back, you want to elevate and sit up. So there's no rounding. And also anything going on in the lower back, feet, hips distance here. And then otherwise, bring the ankles together, hands next to the hips. We'll find Dandasana first. So this is our blueprint pose for all seated poses. Press the hands alongside the hips, lift the chest, tops of the thighs, press them down. Good. Inhale, arms up. Keep a nice long spine. And then exhale, start to hinge forward as much as you can and grab something. Maybe you can catch the outer edges of the feet. Maybe you want to bring in a strap here. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, go ahead and bend the knees. And we'll inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, forward fold, any amount. The back will eventually round, but we want to keep the spine as long as we can. And we'll breathe here. Inhale, slowly come on up. And go ahead and bend the knees. Come off of your seat if you're sitting up on one. And then we'll take the legs and cross them. So take the right shin towards the front of the mat. Left foot will come behind. So this is like mermaid. They call it mermaid pose. So right shin will be parallel. Bring your hands alongside the hips and then start to walk the hands forward any amount. And it's okay if that left sit bone lifts up. That's okay. We just want to work the right hip again. And feel free to bring in some blocks, maybe forehead to a block. Maybe you want to keep your hands alongside the hips. And again, with that breathing technique, close the eyes, inhale through the crown. Exhale down through the hips. The hips are one place we all tend to store a lot of stress and emotion. So specifically in this time, I'm sure we're all feeling it. Slowly come on up. And we'll do the other side. So left shin will become parallel. And then the right knee will come behind. Both hands on either side of the foot or the left shin. Inhale, lift up, and keep a nice long spine as you fold on down, allowing the right hip to lift up if it needs to. Maybe forehead to a block, maybe hands next to the hips, and breathe. And just take another mental note, what side may be tighter. Feel free to stay a little bit longer. One more deep breath in. And exhale it out. Slowly come on up. Good. And then make your way back to center, both feet flat on the mat. Get the props out of the way if they're in the way. Take the arms out in front of you. We'll hug the navel back and nice and slow roll on down. Using your core to do this. Good. And once you land, hug both knees into the chest. Go ahead, keep the right knee in, extend the left leg straight out. Right arm out to the side, and we'll twist over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Switch it up. Left leg in, right leg extends. Left arm out to the side and take your twist. Inhale, come on back. Both knees into the chest. Final happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet or perhaps behind the knees. And take your two peace fingers, hook a hold of your big toes, or you can grab the backs of your legs if you're there. Maybe start to straighten the legs and open up, getting into the inner thighs. Maybe rock a little side to side. Anything else you need before we take Shavasana, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, bring the knees together, wrap your hands around the shins and curl up in a tight little ball. Forehead to the knees. Nice deep breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, release it into Shavasana. So go ahead and straighten the legs. If you have a ponytail in your way, you can take it out. Let the palms spin up to the sky. Close the eyes. Let go of any controlled breathing, anything you might be still gripping onto. Hopefully we worked it all out. And just surrender here in this last final pose. Just getting as heavy as you can, feeling the earth support you. Releasing, relaxing, and completely letting everything go. Allowing the bones to get heavy. If you're gripping anywhere in the body, see if you can use the breath and just start to soften. Soften the jaw, parted and relaxed lips. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come on out, start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Turn your head one way, and go ahead and turn the head the other way. Just slowly deepening the breath, bringing little movements back. If you want to give yourself a final stretch, reach the arms up and overhead. Maybe bring the ankles together for a full body stretch. And slowly bending the knees, roll off to one side. And make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Any comfortable seats. And keep the eyes closed if you feel comfortable. We'll just take a moment here in a little seated meditation. Let the hands rest on the tops of the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Sit up nice and tall. Just allowing yourself to absorb the benefits of practice today. Noticing how your body feels. Any shifts. If you set an intention at the beginning of the class, see if that still resonates. In your mind's eye, see if you can bring the gaze to your chin. Our chin, they say it's our moon center, and this is a new moon tonight. So see if you can just look at your moon center, right at your chin, in your mind's eye. Relax the jaw. Allow the tongue to drop. And breathe. Good. Keeping the eyes closed, sweep the arms up and overhead, slowly gathering it up. Exhale, hands right to your heart, drawing it all the way down. Lower the mind towards the fingers. And just, of course, honoring yourself, honoring your practice, and always honoring each other. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. Feel free, please donate, urbanyoga.org. We also have plenty of YouTube videos going on and also updated the schedule a little bit, so check it out. We're doing park classes as well, Thursday through Sunday. So come see us at the park. So many options right now. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Namaste.